Hey guys, it's Betty Rotten here coming at you with some killer news. Today's story is going to be a bit of a longer video. It's a feature that someone in a group on Facebook that I belong to requested. So this video is for you. You know who you are. Thanks for requesting this. I appreciate that. I'll take any requests. If you want to see a certain story, I do features on Wednesdays. So in the comments below, maybe type what kind of feature you want to see, what story you want to see, anything like that, as long as it's related to true crimes or murder. Anyway, John List. He was a deeply religious man who murdered his entire family in 1971. His planning was so meticulous that almost a month passed before anybody knew that the family was dead. The reclusive lifestyle they led was also a factor in the late discovery of the bodies. Now, List had multiple motives as to why he committed these crimes. Financial issues, his wife's syphilis-induced mental illness. He felt the 70s were a sinful time. And his daughter wanted to get into acting, which he felt was linked to Satan. I guess it is. I don't know. He told his pastor that he killed his family before they could renounce their religion and they would go to heaven. Criminal profiler John Douglas, I suggest you guys read his books. Also, Robert Ressler. Those two guys are amazing criminal profilers. I'll review some of their books on my Thursday show, my Saturday show. Sorry. But John Douglas believed that he concocted these motives to assuage any guilt that he felt from the murders, if he felt any at all. List was a reclusive, cold, standoffish man whose social skills were so bad that he lost job after job after job. Now, on to everyone's favorite part, the murders. He shot his wife Helen, Patricia, John Jr., Frederick, and his mother Alma. His wife Helen was the first to be shot. She was shot in the back of the head. And as his mother was eating breakfast at the dinner table, she was shot in the eye. Now, when I'm eating my pancakes, I don't want a side of lead in my head. That's just me. It's probably you too. But anyway, when Patricia and Frederick came home from school, List was hiding behind the door, so when the children came in, he could shoot them in the back of the head. John Jr. was at a soccer game, so List casually made lunch, had a little snacky, as you do after you kill your entire family. That's just totally normal. I do it every day. He went to pick him up and let him go through the door of the house first because he wanted to shoot him in the back of the head 10 times. 10 times. How much animosity did he have towards his son? Was he jealous that his son was successful? Was more outgoing than he was? Maybe he thought he was a burden. I don't know. I don't think we ever will know. He was also resentful of his wife because she wanted to buy a bigger home for their expanding family, and according to him, his mother was an overbearing bitch. Don't kill your mother. don't kill anybody. But List dragged his kids and his wife up to their ballroom and wrapped them in sleeping bags. And in a note he left his pastor, he said, "Mother is still in the attic. She was too heavy to carry." Just let that sink in. To me, that's just shows absolutely no remorse, no anything. Like, he just didn't give a fuck. His meticulous planning was just bar none. He sent notes to work and to his children's schools stating that they would be out of the state for several weeks to take care of an elderly sick relative, and he also had his milk delivery stopped. His police contacted America's Most Wanted due to the great results the show has produced so far as in catching criminals. Forensic artist Frank Bender made a bust of List even though he had been on the run for 18 years. In June of '89, 11 days after List's segment aired, List was arrested, living under the pseudonym Robert Clark. He was identified by a neighbor who had seen his segment on America's Most Wanted. During his 18 years on the run, he moved to Colorado and Virginia, became an accountant, and got remarried. In April of 1990, he was convicted of 5 counts of first-degree murder, and on May 1st of the same year, he was given 5 life sentences. In an interview with Connie Chung, he expressed absolutely no remorse, showed no emotions whatsoever. List was interviewed by many psychiatrists, and he was very repressed and very emotionless. List lost his job at a bank, but still pretended to go to work to save embarrassment for his family. List also thought poverty was a sin. There was speculations about List having obsessive compulsive personality disorder, which is different from OCD. He also had delusions and other mental illnesses, possibly. His OCD personality disorder made him emotionless to the crimes, doctors said. In March of 2008, List died from complications of pneumonia, which I believe is fitting. He died alone in a prison cell. His family couldn't come visit him because he fucking killed them all. And as I said in my last video, I'm totally against capital punishment. That's not what I'm about. But I think the death penalty is easier. You know when you're gonna die, you know how you're gonna die. You get your last meal, you get your last visit with your family. List didn't have the luxury of any of that, and he shouldn't have. He died alone, and I don't think he went to heaven. Anyway, I hope you guys liked this video, and if you did, hit that subscribe button, like, comment, and have a killer day, guys. Later!